Hi everyone. Please indicate if you can hear me. The class is about to start. Can you all hear me? Should indicate so that I know you are with me. Okay. If you can, I assume you all can. Okay. Okay. Loud and clear. Okay. Now, this is QuickBook Online. QuickBook has desktop version and online version. So the online version is what we are going to treat now. So if this is the first time you are making use of QuickBooks, I'll just give a little glance about what QuickBooks is all about. It's an accounting software that businesses use to keep track of their transactions. So it's a system kind of a software kind of record keeping instead of the usual manual method that we all know. Okay. So I'm going to click on the dashboard. The dashboard, as you can see from the left hand here, the dashboard is where we have two options: get things done and business overview. As a business owner or as an accountant, from this particular first view, you can actually bring out, you can actually identify some reports. Looking over here, this is bank accounts. From here, you can identify the bank accounts with their balances. So you might have like 5 banks. Okay. So you might have like 5 banks, and I'll come back again. We are on the dashboard from the left here. Once you click on the dashboard, it will bring you to this environment. So whenever you log into QuickBooks Online, this is where it will bring you to. This is the first place it will bring you to. So this is like a summary of all the transactions that are in QuickBooks. From the first page here, you can see the money out and cash balance, your cash flow forecast. Over here, you see we have bank accounts. Let's say you have like 5 banks. You can see here is like we have checking, savings, MasterCard, Visa. Now you can have, like in Nigeria here, we can have First Bank, Zenith Bank, UBA, FCMB, all listed here. So this is where you see the bank accounts with their balances. The balances are also here. Now you see 25 to review, 1 to review, 7 to review. Now 25 to review means when you import, when you connect your bank account to QuickBooks, it will download the transaction to QuickBooks for you, but you have to review them. So like this now, for instance, the checking account have 25 transactions to review. The savings account and the MasterCard, okay, they all have. So once you click on them, you'll be able to review them by categorizing them, by matching them with what you have, like you are doing a bank reconciliation, like you are doing bank reconciliation. Okay, this is where you have. Then the next place we have here is your profit and loss at a glance. You can also click on this to select the period that you want. So here you can see your total expenses for the last 30 days. And this month fiscal year, you can also select that. Okay. Over here also you have sales, and now that is where you see under business overview of the dashboard. Now you go to get things done, aspect of your dashboard. So overview is just for you to be able to see in a glance your financial transactions, all the transactions that occurred in QuickBooks. Somebody is about to join. Okay. All the transactions that occurred in QuickBooks. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Get Things Done, the other heading. Now, under Get Things Done, you get to see your money in and money out. More or less like a shortcut also. You can see over here, we still have banking. Okay. Then you can see the overdue invoices. So more or less like another view of the business overview. Now you can see from here, you have quick actions, the money in section, the money out section. Now the money in are anything that brings in money to the business. So you can see we have customers, product and services, estimates, invoices, receipt payments, sales receipt, bank deposit, and payment link. These are the transactions that brings in money. Now, money out, vendor, you make payment to your vendor. The second here is bill. You buy on credit. You pay bill. Then we have expenses. We have check. We have employee. You pay salary to employee. Then time entry also you also pay. When it comes to money in, you have customer. When you sell, you receive money. Your product and services definitely are connected to the customer. Then you make an estimate. Now, estimate is a non-posting transaction. You can make an estimate like a quote. These are also enabled. Then your invoices, when you sell your product or services on credit, then you go to receive payments to receive payments whenever a customer you sold on credit to, or you offer a service to on credit, pays in future. So you go to receive payment. Sales receipt is when you offer services or you sell your product on cash. Bank deposit is when you take those money to the bank. Then payment link, when you are sending invoices you can send invoice to your customer. Attached to that invoice with a link that the customer can click to make payment, just like PayPal. So that is that. Okay, then over here you have some other information. So that is all for dashboard. Now the very most important shortcut that you can use is this plus new here. The new button is very, very important because you can make use of it. Okay, sorry, I'm making use of my phone. So let me bring them out so that I can see it properly. So these are the customer, the money in section, okay, the money out section, the bill, expenses, check, and employee. Then the bank account, checking, savings, MasterCard, depending on how many accounts you have. Then these are QuickBooks products that you have to pay for to be able to enable QuickBooks to run them for you. Okay. So I just try to zoom that out so that we see what we have. So from here also you can see we have overdue bills. It means we receive a service on credit that we've not paid and it is overdue. So you can go ahead from here and pay that. Okay. Okay, that is that for that. So let's click on this new button here. Now from the new button, we have the customer section, we have the vendor section, and we have the employee section and other. Okay, from the customer section, we can go ahead and create invoice. An invoice in QuickBooks means you are selling a service or product on credit. Okay. Receive payment is that service or that services and products you sold on credit in future time. if that customer decides to make payment, you use this receive payment channel. Now, estimate is when you create like a bill or like a quotation to you receive like a quotation to your customer. You're making a quotation to your customer that this is what this is the cost of what this is what it will cost me to carry out this service for you or sell a particular product to you. But it's a non-posting transaction. So whenever you enter an estimate, it doesn't affect your account. Credit memo. You make use of credit memo whenever you are receiving whenever a customer is returning the product for you. So if you sold to the customer and the customer decided that because the goods is bad or what they demanded for is a different description or different product you gave to them, so they're going to return it. So you're going to make use of credit memo to receive those items. The next item here is sales receipt. Sales receipt is when you sell your services or products on cash. Click on that. Refund receipt. Yeah, after you've sold, it's possible there is a refund. So most of the time, it happens like that. Maybe the customer has an unsatisfied customer. As a result, you have to refund what you sold to them. Now, delayed, you have delayed credit, delayed charge, and to add customer. Now, over here, vendors, we have expenses. A vendor is anybody you are making payment to. So it can be your supplier, it can be for your supplier who you buy and sell, who you buy your products from, or who you receive services from. Or it can be your light company in Abuja, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company. It can be your landlord, there can be a vendor as far as you are making payments to them. So check. In QuickBooks, check means you are making payments. You are making payments. So either you're making payment from your bank or your cash at hand or your imprest. If you are making payment from those items, from those you make use of check. Now the next is bill. In QuickBooks, whenever you create bill, you are telling QuickBooks that you are making a credit purchase. So sorry, let me admit. Okay. Whenever you in QuickBooks, let me click on that new again. In QuickBooks, whenever you create a bill, it means you are getting a service from a vendor for on credit to be paid later. So this is the next step you click to when paying for that bill. Then purchase order, you are making an order in advance to your supplier. And vendor credits, maybe you are trying to reduce the amount you are owing to a particular vendor. They make use of that vendor credit. Then employee, you have contractor and employee. So this is a short. Now we can make bank deposits, make transfer within banks. Maybe you want to transfer money from First Bank to Zenith Bank, for instance, to make use of transfer. Journal entry, a very, very important tool that you're going to make use of in QuickBooks. Bank deposit, okay. Statements. So each customer have statements. Each customer have statements. So you can print out a statement of their invoices and payments that they've made or their transaction. Then you can add product and services, apply for capital. This is just with this button over here. Okay. So let's go to the next. When you go to banking is also very, very important. Here you can connect your bank. In Nigeria here, I don't think we have any bank that can be connected to QuickBooks online. So, but for those country that, let me click on banking, the first heading. For those countries that actually QuickBooks support them, you see that their bank is also, you can link their bank here. And how do you do that? If you want to link a bank account, you click on this link account. You click on link account. So if you link account, it will show you an option where you can actually connect a real-time bank account to your QuickBooks. As you can see, it's saying that we should connect an account. So most of the bank here, I don't think we have any for Nigeria. Okay, so I think we have PayPal. Yeah, you can take use of that. So see other banks you can. If you have one of these banks, you can actually connect them here, and it will download all the transactions. You'll be able to select the period for which you are trying to upload to your QuickBooks. Okay, so now I'm just showing us that to. So we're going to head back to. Okay, now the next one here is if should in case if you click on this drop down, should in case you want to upload from a bank statement, or definitely that bank statement should be in CSV, you can make use of this first option that says uh, upload from file. You can actually upload a bank statement. So if for those like Nigerians, like from other countries that don't have their bank stated in QuickBooks Online, they can actually upload a bank statement. Maybe they can actually go to the bank internet banking, and download, or the bank website and download the bank statement. Then if you download in PDF, for instance, you can actually convert a PDF to CSV, or there are some banks that can actually allow you to download a CSV. With that, you can actually upload here from file. So once you upload, it's as good as doing the connect. You are trying to connect a bank account. So it's another feature that is very, very important and useful in QuickBooks Online. Then the second option is manage connection. That is for those who can connect their bank to QuickBooks Online. Okay. Now over here, you have, from this I can see we have checking account, we have saving account, and MasterCard. Okay. Now from the checking account, it's like a bank, the regular bank. You can see the balance at the top. Then it will show you the last time it was updated. As you can see, it says updated minutes ago. Then over here, you have 25. This 25 means there are 25 transactions that have been downloaded to QuickBooks from the bank that you connected, number one, or there are 25 transactions that you transferred with this option called upload to your QuickBooks that you need to review and categorize them properly. Okay. Now over here you have for review. You can see now we have 25 transactions for review. The second here is categorized. So once you've reviewed those transactions and you've posted them to the appropriate account, it will come to categorize. Then excluded is the ones that you try to exclude from. Maybe is a personal transaction that you made with your business something account, then you try to exclude them. So there are many other options. So in summary, if you want to go to your banking, you just click on anything that has with banking, you click on this bank. Now the second option here says app transaction. App transaction is also very, very useful. Like when you make use of Shopify, or you make use of Amazon or eBay, you can connect this transaction directly to you can connect this app directly to your QuickBooks Online. So whenever you make sales or purchases, it will automatically connect, it will transfer the information to QuickBooks Online. You understand? So you can make use of Shopify to track your products, either Amazon, eBay, Amazon Business, or Square, depending on which software you use. Like for instance, if you're making use of Shopify, it will automatically import the transactions to reduce manual entry, to reduce you entering those transactions one after the other. It will be able to connect, once you connect this app to this Shopify to your QuickBooks Online, it will assist you with the data entry. So any sales, you see that the sales that you made in Shopify will be transferred to QuickBooks Online automatically. Rules and tags and receipts, stuff like that. Those are the things you see on that banking. Now the third header here is sales. From sales, you can actually see everything, that the overview of your sales. You can see down here you have on page and paid. these are sales you've made, but you've not, the paid ones are the ones that you've actually received payment for. These are invoices you've received payment for. The last 365 days, which is a year, we have 3.8K. Then overdue is 1.5. You can just make your analysis from that. Now, over to this shortcut here, you can create new invoices or new sales or make a recurring invoices or sale. Okay. Now, at the top, we have all sales. To give an overview of all the sales you've made. Then we also have invoices. Invoice is selling on credit. All sales will show us both what you sold on credit and what you received payment for. Then you can select the period for which you want to actually view the transaction for. Okay. Now the next option is see, okay, these are all the sales transactions. I'm gonna head back to the previous place we were. You see estimates. If you've made estimates, you click on the estimate header to see those estimates. Then you can click on very, very important. If you are looking for customers or you want to add customers, remember you come to sales, you click on customer here. From here, you can add customer, you can actually import. So if you have list of customers already on in Excel, you can actually import them here. If you click on this right, you see there's an option for import, or you click on new customer, and you can also classify your customer by customer type. Okay. Now this once you click on one customer, it will show you the transaction, the history of transaction. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on Hamibed Sanctuary. It will now show us the transactions that we carried out with Hamibed Sanctuary. Now over to the header here, you also have product and services. So with product and services, you can actually create, if you are dealing with inventory items, if you are dealing with products and services that are into like 3 in QuickBooks Online, you have inventory, like before I go ahead, QuickBooks Online have different versions. They have different types. You have advanced, you have plus, you have essential, you have self-employed. So if you want to, if you know that you're actually dealing with uh, inventory and you want to enable inventory, you have to subscribe for uh, plus or advanced. So each of these type have their own function, have their own functionalities. Okay, now you see we are under product and services. So let's say you sell jewelry or you sell wristwatch, you sell laptop, and you want to keep track of them. Once you click on, you can also import your product and services here if you have them before. Maybe you are making use of another software and you decide that, okay, you want to convert, you want to start making use of QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks Desktop, though this is online. You can actually get them ready. You can export them from that software you're using, the accounting software you're using before, or if you're using Excel, export them to Excel, then you organize them, then you'll be able to import them to QuickBooks Online. And there are more options here that you can also check. Okay, this is the product and services. So if you want to create new, for instance, they will give you option for inventory, non-inventory, uh, services, and bundle. That is 4. Inventory are things are product and service product that you want to keep track of. So it's only on product you want to keep track of. Non-inventory, there are maybe, for instance, you're an electrician and you're asked to carry out a service for a particular client or customer. So you bought maybe switch or you bought adapter or some other supplies that you be needed, that you will need to be able to uh, carry out your electrical work or some appliances. You create them as non-inventory because you don't want to track them. Another very good example of non-inventory is like nails or nuts or bolts. Definitely you don't want to keep track of those because they are many. Now, service like consulting services, bookkeeping services, accounting services, barbing salon. If you have a salon, if you offer other services, there are others. Then bundle. Bundle is, for instance, if you are selling bike or you are selling a product, then you added a service of, okay, I'm selling this product and I'm also installing it. You also create it as a bundle. Now you see all these things over in sales. So when you go to customer and lead, you also see potential customers and you market to us. You are also market to them. Okay, then so let me quickly admit this person. Okay. Now over to cash flow. Okay, let me go to expenses. Now here in expenses, you also have it here in expenses, you can see the total, you can create expenses and also see the expense you've incurred over time. You can also see the expense you've incurred over time. Okay, this is what we have. Then you can also click on new transaction to be able to create new expenses, or you view the ones you've entered before. Okay, then uh, you can also filter them. Then going to bill, you can check the bills you've entered before. Bills has to do with credit purchases. Then if you still want to create a new bill, you can do that over here by adding bill. Vendor, they are your suppliers. Just like when we went to sales, we saw customers. So vendors are your suppliers, people you make payments to. Remember, this class is an overview, so I'm just trying to brush off so that we see the futures and some of that the important aspect of QuickBooks, how relevant it is to your financial your transactions or your bookkeeping. Okay, so here over here you can see vendor. You can also import your vendor if you have the list of vendors, and you can also create a new vendor. So also if you have, let me see, if you have any question, can we ask question as we go? Yeah, sure. Can we give feedback as you are talking? Yeah, sure. You can give feedback and you can ask question as the class is ongoing. Okay. Now, from here, you can see everything that has to do with expenses, who you are making payments. So payroll, going over to payroll, you have your employee, contractors, and workers' comp. Workers' compensation. So employee are your staff, definitely. Then you can also add an employee. Then contractors, there are some people that you actually they are not like a sub. You hire them to assist you in carrying out your transaction, your business for you. Maybe you needed extra hand, and but you don't also have them as an employee, so you hire a contractor. Workers' compensation is if, should in case in the place of work, your employee has injury or as a result of working, there's a compensation for that. Time. If you enter time in QuickBook, if you track, if you pay with time, so maybe you pay by hours, you can make use of time. Okay. But that QuickBook has, you have to pay for that. QuickBook have that app. Now we have reports, very, very important. This is where we are going to check when we want to see a report. This is where we are going to all kinds of reports that you can think of. Standard reports, custom reports, management reports. As you can see over here, we have the favorites, the business overview. You see, audit log, balance sheet, profit and loss comparison, and the like. Then who holds you? Those are transaction that has to do with your customer. Then sales and customer also is available here. You see lots and lots of reports that you can produce making use of QuickBook Online. Then you see what you owe. These are bills that you owe to yourself. Then you have expenses and vendor category, sales tax category, employee category, then for my accountant, then payroll category. You have lots of reports available there. Then custom, maybe you customize a report, you see them here. When you go to standard, for instance, you have option to actually customize. Once you enter any uh like if you go to balance sheet now, you see an option to customize. Then once you customize, you have it on custom report. Now the next one is management report. Management report, you see we have sales performance, expense performance, and company overview. These are very, very important and interesting reports that you can. Now, taxes. You have sales tax and 1099 filing. Okay. Sales tax, definitely if you sell, if your services or your product are taxable, you definitely have to charge for sales tax. You understand? Okay. Then 1099 filings still has to do with your contractors. Maybe you have to make them okay. Now you can get started to set up your sales tax. Now the next one here is mileage. Then we have accounting, very, very important. If you want to view your chart of accounts, you come to accounting, very, very important. So once you go to chart of account is like the list of accounts, your asset type of account, liability, expenses, income. You can think about any kind of. You can see them over here. You have bank as an account type. You have other current assets. You have fixed assets. You have account payable. You have credit card, other current liabilities. You have equity. You have income. You have cost of goods sold, expenses again. Okay, you have all this list here. So over to this page, you have then stationery and leasing. You have return earning. You see, we have automobile, fuel, bank charges. These are every transaction you record are connected to this particular chart of account, which is very, very important. So you can also reconcile, go to reconcile here and reconcile uh, your bank. So you can match the books to the bank record to reconcile your bank statement. Now, your accountant, if you have an accountant, you can make use of this accountant section to invite your accountant to manage your book for you. So the accountant will be able to do that by you enter the accountant email, then you click on invite. It will allow you to invite your accountant. Then you once your accountant accept your invite, the accountant will be able to actually undo your bookkeeping for you from wherever they are with their own QuickBooks online. Okay. Now there are other options that are available. Now apps, if you want to connect some, if you want to integrate some app, you can actually make use of this option. There are various kind of apps that you can integrate to QuickBooks because QuickBooks Online might not be able to undo most of, maybe for instance, like project management and some other sophisticated transactions. You make use of these other apps that are available here to link to QuickBooks Online so that it can be integrated and you can seamlessly carry out your transaction. Okay, these are the left pane, as you can see. Now, as a business owner, you can either view your QuickBook Online using business view or accountant view. Let's say, for instance, all these things I'm saying now is because I'm an accountant and can easily understand. And it happens that you want to see them from the business point of view, like a layman. You click on these settings. Now, setting is where you make sure you can, if you know you want to set your account or your books, this is where you go to account and setting. Let me click on account and setting. Under account and setting, you can set any setting you can think about. Is it your invoices? Is it advanced settings? Is it you want to enable what do they call it? Multiple currencies? You understand? Or your product and services, you want to do carry out some settings. You come to this setting here. I don't know why it's picking up to taking it taking long to load. So just hold on for that. You can still go ahead and ask your question as the class is going on. Okay. Now over here, you see we have some options. We have sales, expenses, time, and advance. There are lots of settings that we can actually carry out under this. I don't know. It's taking time to load. Taking time to load. Let me open and see if it will appear. Now we can just go ahead then come back later. Okay. Let me close this. Close that. It's taking time to load. Okay. So over here, these settings, there are other settings. You can manage users. You can actually create users and manage them. Custom form. You can customize your form, your invoices, your sales receipts, and the like, your estimates, your chart of account. You can see then list all your list products and services. There are other tools. You can import data, import desktop data, reconcile budgeting, audit log, and stuff like that. Now we can switch to business view here. Now, as you can see over here, we are in accountant view. So let me switch to business view so that you see it from the business view perspective. So for those who have businesses and don't have accounting knowledge and they don't know much about accounting jargon, so it's better for them to make use of this um, business view. Okay, so it's easier. It's easier that way. So this is the business view. Once you click on this to enlarge that, okay, you see there are some options here: bookkeeping, get paid and pay. That has to do with vendors and expenses. Customer and lead, that has to do with customer, then payroll. And so with this customer view, business view, you have easy, easy, easy way of keeping your track of your easy way of entering your transaction. Okay. So if you're not used to those jargons, those accounting jargons, you can just make use of this and everything will go. Let me click on get paid and pay so that you understand. You see now we have customers, estimates, payment link. Almost the same with now over here you see we have pay. We pay vendor or pay a bid or a contractor. Almost the same with the accountant view, just that they have their functionality arranged in a separate manner. Okay. Now this is the overview. There are many other functions. So I just want us to see how important and what we can actually do with QuickBooks Online, how we can use QuickBooks Online to assist us in managing our business properly, keeping record on time, and actually putting out reports, management reports that will assist the business in making very informed decision. Okay, so that being said, if you have any question, now is the right time for you to ask. I think I've told us before. Maybe let me see the participants. Okay, they ask by through typing. Okay, let me see. Now the first question say, how do we add cash flow to favorite? Uh, okay, to favorite. Okay, now let's go to. Okay, you want to undo cash flow. So when you go to, let me go to accountant view. Let me go to accountant view. So when you go to reports, you definitely see cash flow report. Okay, how do you add it to favorite? Okay, now I understand. Okay, so let me answer that question. How do you add cash flow to favorite? Okay, so I'm gonna head to bank. I'm gonna head to looking for cash flow. I'm gonna head to reports. So reports over here. So once I click on reports, then I'll go to that. Favorite. I'll go to the favorites. Okay, let's try to log in. Okay, let me click on reports. No, reports. Okay. So over here from the reports, we have on the over to the standard, we have favorites. Okay. So now, if you just go to, let's go to this cash flow. So you just click on, just make it green. Let me see. So once you make it green, it will appear on the favorites. So you can see. So all these ones you see on the favorite are those ones there that are on green. So once I remove it now, you see that it's no longer on the favorite. So that is how you add to a report to the favorites. Okay. Let me see the next question. The next question says how we do the matching of books to the bank statement without sending invites on accountant. If I understand what this question is, if I understand you, you matching is like doing bank reconciliation. So if I understand it very well, except if I don't. Once you go to banking here, you'll be able to carry out reconciliation. Okay, accounting. Okay, I think maybe okay. Let me just do this first. So when you click on banking, so once you're on banking here, so if you want to do bank reconciliation, so you click on, okay, let's load up. I think I want to understand that. Okay, now loading. Okay, let's go to accounting. Okay, let's go to accounting. Then from accounting, it's taking time. Let me go to setting. Okay, so match the books to the record. Now, you can, once you click on get started, you are going to the reconciliation page. You understand? You'll be able to reconcile your bank statement. Okay, you're able to reconcile your bank statement. So you select the account. So for instance, I have checking account. So which account do you want to reconcile? So then I'll put the ending balance, then the ending date. Then I start my reconciliation. So once you start that, once you do that, you'll be able to carry out your reconciliation. So I don't understand the other aspect of sending invites to accountants. Okay. The next question is how do we create a chart of account in QuickBooks? Okay. Now we have to go to chart of account. So we're already in chart of account. Now how do you get chart of account? You click on accounting, then you select chart of account. So once you've selected chart of account, then you'll be able to click on new. So I'm clicking new. You either click on that drop down to report or new. So now once I click new, you will see I have option to select the type that I want to actually add. So we have income, we have expenses, we have assets, we have liability, I think we have equity, Okay, let's just hold on for it to load up so that we'll see how to create. So you see from the top here, we have income, expenses, bank, assets, credit card. So let's say we want to create an income account. So I click on income, then select that this income should be under which account. Definitely, I want it to be under income account. So I select income. So it's not a repetition, but QuickBooks has already created an income section for a category. So you just select it. So I'm selecting income. Okay, that. Then the tax selection, tax form section. There's an option there. Okay, you enter the account name. Let's say it's a service or bookkeeping, bookkeeping service. Then description. Then once you are done, you click on save. You'll be able to create new. Let me see. Okay, let me just create one. So let's say bookkeeping. Uh, okay. Don't know why this is not. It's not showing all. Okay. Let's see if we can go ahead to save this. But I think that you can see now under here is bookkeeping under income. So I might not be able to save because that other one is not coming up. So let me see if I can save it here. And I'm trying to select, it's not showing me any option. So that's how you go ahead to create uh, an account in chart of account. So you select, you can see the various options that are available over there. Okay, 6 minutes remaining. 9. Which other question do we have? Okay, I think that should be the end of the class. If you guys have any other question, you can go ahead to ask in the WhatsApp group. In the absence of any question, we're going ahead to close end the class. So this is an overview of QuickBooks Online. There are many things, many functionalities, many features you can enjoy from, you can benefit from while making use of QuickBooks Online. It's a full package for your record and bookkeeping process. So it's interesting, it's user friendly, and with this, I would say we are done for today's free training on the overview of QuickBooks Online. Okay. So see you guys some other time.